Hey everyone, this video is to help you with any vocabulary that maybe you aren't familiar with that you're going to be hearing throughout this unit. Hopefully you have heard a lot of these words before, but just in case you haven't, I want to make sure that you know them. On OMHS, there is a blank vocabulary sheet for you to fill in, and then I also posted the key if you just want the key. Whatever helps you with the vocabulary. Okay, so we're going to hear the word circle. Hopefully you've heard of a circle before, but the definition of a circle says it's the set of points equidistant from a given point, and we call that point the center. So here we have point P, and point P is the center, and every point on this circle is the same distance away from point P. And we know that the distance between the center and a point on the circle is called the radius, which just happens to be our next word. A radius is a segment with endpoints at the center and on the circle. So our radius in this circle is radius AP or PA. Another part of a circle that I'm hoping you've heard before is a chord. A chord is a segment with endpoints on the circle. So here JK is a chord because J is on the circle and K is on the circle. A special type of chord is a diameter. It's a chord, but it has to pass through the center. So its endpoints are on the circle, but it has to go through the center, and the center here is P. And a diameter is 2 times the radius, because PB is a radius and PA is a radius, so the length of AB is the diameter, or 2 radii. In this unit, you're going to hear the word secant. A secant is a line that intersects the circle in exactly 2 places. So here, line XY or YX is a secant. What is the difference between a secant and a chord? A secant can go outside the circle, where a chord is just a segment that has to stay inside the circle. That's the difference. You're going to hear me talk about a tangent. A tangent is a line that intersects the circle at exactly 1 place. So here, line PQR is a tangent because it's only touching the circle once. The place where that tangent touches the circle is called the point of tangency. So Q is my point of tangency because that's where the line is intersecting the circle, 1 place at point Q. We're going to talk about central angles. A central angle is an angle with a vertex at the center. So here P was the circle of the center of my circle. So angle APB is a central angle because its vertex is the center of the circle. The 2 sides of my angle are radii of the circle, which means AP and BP actually are congruent because they're radii of the same circle. An inscribed angle is another angle that's in a circle, but what's different is its vertex is actually on the circle. So notice the central angle's vertex was the center of the circle. An inscribed angle, its vertex is touching the circle. So it's an angle with a vertex on the circle, and the 2 sides of that angle are chords. We're going to talk about an arc. An arc is a portion of the edge of the circle, and we will use the symbol, it looks like a little arc, above the 2 letters that make that. So this would be arc AB, and we'll see that in our notes also. And there's different types of arcs. Minor arcs have a measure less than 180 degrees, and we use 2 letters to name it. So here, this is arc AB, and it's a minor arc. A major arc has a measure greater than 180, and we'll usually use 3 letters to name it. So here we have arc ACB, and that is greater than 180 degrees. A semicircle, semi means half, so a semicircle is half of a circle. An arc with endpoints on the diameter, okay, and you can name that with 3 letters. So this would be arc JKL, and see the arc symbol above those letters. A semicircle will always have a measure equal to 180. There are some formulas on there also, but we'll talk about those in the notes, and I'll give you some shortcuts for them also. But what's important is that you know these vocabulary words. I would keep this close by, so as I go through the notes and the lessons, you know exactly what I'm talking about, or you can at least have a reference so you know what I'm talking about.